Hello friends, my name is Enoch and this is BufferStream. Welcome back to Computers from the Ground Up, a series where we learn how computers actually work by reliving history and rebuilding the entire stack from scratch, with zero libraries and no shortcuts. Last time, we finished with Claude Shannon taking Boole's equation and bringing them into the physical world by using electromechanical switches, especially telephone relays, to represent ones and zeros electronically. But how exactly were relays capable of this? If you ever had a power surge that tripped your home's circuit breaker and killed the lights, you've actually seen an electromechanical switch in action. Let's break down the difference between standard mechanical switches and these electromagnetic ones, which we'll simply call relays from now on. As we discussed in our Electronics 101 Fast Track course, a mechanical switch is like a drawbridge. When the bridge drops, electrons can flow across the metal, as you can see in the diagram. However, this bridge has to be flipped manually. This is highly suboptimal for implementing Boolean logic in a circuit. To evaluate basic logic efficiently, we need to provide an input and have the circuit automatically set the output. If we relied on mechanical switches, we would be the computer, forced to manually toggle both inputs and outputs. Clearly, we need something that can switch states on its own. So, what exactly is a relay, and how does it automate this process? At its core, a relay is simply an electromagnetic switch, meaning it uses magnetism to toggle states without human intervention. It does this using a coil, that is, a wire wound tightly over itself multiple times. When we push electrons through that coil, it generates a magnetic field, just like a natural magnet. This field attracts magnetic metals, specifically the iron armature that acts as our bridge. This armature is attached to a flexible metal reed and a physical return spring. The moment we cut the electric current, the magnetic field dies, and the spring instantly snaps the armature back to its starting position. This exact setup, minus the return spring, is the same mechanism used in the main breakers on your house's electrical panel, which is why I mentioned them earlier. When a breaker's coil experiences a massive current surge, it creates a magnetic field strong enough to physically pull the switch into the off position, protecting your home. Now let's see how this looks in a diagram. Looking at the mechanical switch first, you can see it stays in whichever position you leave it. It cannot change unless you manually flip it. Now let's compare that to the relay diagram, starting with its symbol. Based on what we just covered, you can probably guess how it works. Starting at the bottom, the coil is represented by 3 loops connecting the 2 ends, or terminals. This is where we connect our power source to create the magnetic field. The capital L on the left represents a logical power source, and you can probably see the connection to Boole already. The L stands for low, representing the off state, 0 volts or a Boolean 0. Up top, the left terminal connects our main power source. Opposite it are 2 output paths, one routed through a resistor to ground and the other connected to our LED. Watch what happens when we change the coil's input to high, plus 5 volts or Boolean 1. As soon as we switch the input, a rather slow animation begins, showing the armature moving across to the other terminal. Once it makes contact, the bridge is closed, allowing electrons to flow through the LED and turning it on. You may be wondering, why is that animation so slow? The answer is that the physical movement of the metal armature is vastly slower than the flow of electrons. In fact, this sluggish physical travel time was the great bottleneck of early computers. Take the Bell Labs Model 5, finished in 1945. It was built entirely with relays. While relays brilliantly solved the manual switch problem, relying on thousands of moving metal armatures made the machine incredibly loud and painfully slow. So a new technology had to emerge to address the sluggish, deafeningly loud performance of relays.